Let me ask you a question. If your biggest competitor wanted to crush your business tomorrow, how would they do it? It's a challenging thought, but it's also one of the most powerful exercises in creative strategy. This approach is what I call impersonal thinking, a mindset where you deliberately step outside your own shoes, detach from your emotions, and view your situation through the eyes of an outsider or even your competitor. Why does this work? Because when we're caught in our own struggles, we're often blinded by personal biases, emotional attachments, and day-to-day firefighting. But the moment we look at our challenges impersonally, like an advisor, a rival, or even a distant observer, we unlock solutions that were hidden in plain sight. Think about a chess game. When you're playing, your perspective is limited. You're worried about protecting your pieces, reacting to your opponent's moves. But when you step away from the board and look at it as a coach or from your opponent's side, you suddenly see opportunities and threats you missed before. That shift in vantage point is the essence of impersonal thinking. I've used this technique in workshops with entrepreneurs and executives. I ask them to imagine 5 strategies their competitors could use to outperform them indefinitely. At first, it feels uncomfortable, like plotting their own downfall. But then something remarkable happens. Their creativity unlocks. They start listing vulnerabilities: poor customer service, slow innovation, reliance on one market, weak branding, and in the process, they realize these aren't just threats, they're roadmaps to improvement. By thinking impersonally, they generate ideas for their own success. History is full of examples where impersonal thinking changed the game. Take Steve Jobs when he returned to Apple in the late 1990s. Instead of clinging to what the company had been, he asked, "If I were a competitor, how would I beat Apple?" The answers were obvious. Apple had too many scattered products, little focus, and no clear brand identity. So he slashed product lines, simplified the portfolio, and rebuilt Apple's strategy around design and user experience. By looking at his own company with an impersonal lens, he transformed Apple into one of the most valuable brands in the world. Another case, Netflix versus Blockbuster. If Blockbuster had practiced impersonal thinking, they might have asked, "If I were Netflix, how would I disrupt myself?" The answer would have been clear: offer subscriptions, eliminate late fees, invest in streaming. But trapped in their own perspective, Blockbuster clung to the old model, and the rest is history. Impersonal thinking breaks the trap of Einstein's warning. We cannot solve problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. By detaching from personal concerns, we gain objectivity, fresh insights, and the courage to consider unorthodox solutions. It's like looking in a mirror, but instead of seeing yourself, you see your business, your challenges, and your opportunities through the eyes of someone who has nothing to lose. And often, that's where the most transformative ideas emerge. So how do you practice it? Start simple. 1. Define your challenge. Write it down clearly. 2. Switch perspectives. Imagine you're your competitor, your harshest critic, or even a consultant paid to point out weaknesses. 3. List the strategies they'd use against you. Be brutally honest. 4. Flip the script. Use those insights to strengthen your position, eliminate vulnerabilities, and innovate before others do. When you learn to think impersonally, you give yourself a competitive edge. You stop reacting and start anticipating. You stop being trapped by your emotions and start playing the bigger game. In the end, impersonal thinking isn't about detachment, it's about clarity. It's about stepping outside yourself long enough to see the battlefield for what it really is. And in that clarity, you'll find the strategies, the creativity, and the breakthroughs that set you apart. So the next time you feel stuck, don't just ask, "What should I do?" Ask instead, "If I were on the other side, how would I beat me?" Because in the answer to that question lies the blueprint for your success.